That's my first and only brick job I ever did.
Hey everyone, KTC's Josh Meny. We're in Carencro where multiple residents are telling us a twister touched down and did some major damage in the neighborhood. I'm with Meny Leger, who's brick and mortar. I'll show you guys this. Brick and mortar pump house. As you can see, it totally took off the roof here. And then, I mean, serious damage. And then, as you can see, this is his gazebo. It just basically devastated, totaled the gazebo. So, Meny, tell us what was going through your mind when this twister touched down? What were you seeing?
It was very fast. I heard my wife's bird feeders hitting against the wall of the house, and I decided to go into the middle of the home, the safest area. But it didn't last very long. It was like it started to happen and then it quit.
And I mean, you can almost see the damage. It went all the way down. It took trees down all the way there. Went through Ernie Fontenot's yard. It took down an actual hurricane fence. But seriously, guys, look at this damage it did. Now, Meny, tell us about this. Let's turn around and look at this. Tell us about this brick and mortar pump house that you made. I mean, how solid of a structure is this thing?
It's pretty solid because it withstood hurricanes, and like I said, it was my first brick job and my last brick job. I decided I didn't want to be a bricklayer.
But I mean, you put solid time. I mean,
I put a lot of effort into it.
How much of a blessing is it that the twister didn't move, I mean, a few feet left or right and actually took out your house? I mean, what?
Well, this is, I can lose this, but the home would be a burden, at least. Because at least now I still have a place to live, so.
And do you feel fortunate? You were home alone, but do you feel fortunate?
I do feel. I feel blessed. I just noticed that my tree is gone. Crepe myrtle.
What kind of tree was that?
That was a crepe myrtle.
And did you know, is that a tree that you grew yourself?
Well, yeah, I guess. It's not really that important, but it's no longer there.
Okay, well, once again, guys, I mean, just look at the damage that this reported twister did to this brick and mortar pump house. I mean, it totally took the roof off. On the other side of Leger's house, it took the chimney off of his house. But look at this gazebo. I mean, this thing is completely totaled, and it just ripped through. There's Ernie Fontenot's house down there. I mean, it took out trees. A power line is down. They said they lost power for about a minute, and we're talking to more. We're talking to more neighbors and residents in this area of Carencro where they're reporting that a twister came down. We talked to neighbors down there. They said they couldn't even shut the door on their house when it came through. And again, I mean, this thing was serious, but as far as we know, no one was injured, which is a miracle. I mean, look at this, the power of this wind that took this extreme wind. It took this roof clear off this brick and mortar house. So anyway, folks, we'll be interviewing more residents that we're getting their reactions, getting their you know, what was going through their mind. I mean, Ernie Fontenot's family, they were really scared, but they said everyone here is saying the same thing. It happened for about just 10 seconds. So really, there was no time to react. They just heard wind, a wind like they'd never heard before, and all of a sudden, things started flying through the air. Anyway, KTC photographer John Lee and I are going to be covering this story, and it'll be on the news tonight, 5 and 6, and of course on KTC.com.